Hello and welcome to my channel. Countdown to November 20. Nnamdi Kanu's final battle for justice begins. Today, this broadcast will be like we are in a classroom. Yes, I will make sure everything is clear to you because it is very important. We are at a crucial moment in the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, so I'll make it so simple for you. You can be able to tell people this is how I want everything to be broken down for your proper understanding. On Igbo Area TV, we are learning about a very important case in Nigeria, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and its new move to the Supreme Court. We'll break it down in simple language so that everyone can understand what is happening, why it matters, and what may happen next. Let's start with who is Nnamdi Kanu. You see, like I told you, the way I want to teach this, even a layman, if you've not been following, if you started following today, you will understand it properly. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the group called IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. He believes that the Igbo people and other group in Southeast deserve their own country called Biafra. Because of his campaign, the Nigerian government declared IPOB a terrorist organization. They arrested Kanu and charged him with terrorism and other serious offenses. Okay, he was kidnapped rather. This latest time he was kidnapped. There were times it was arrest, but this latest, he was kidnapped. Since then, he had been in detention under the Department of State Services, DSS. His case has gone through different stages, from the High Court to the Appeal Court, and now at the Supreme Court. He went to the Supreme Court. So what is happening now? That is what I want to tell you. A new judgment was supposed to come from the Federal High Court on November 20th, 2025. That is this month. That means the court was almost ready to say whether Kanu is guilty or not guilty. That is what they are about to pronounce. But Kanu and his team decided to go higher to the Supreme Court. Note, Appeal Court is lower than Supreme Court or the High Court. The Supreme Court is higher. So Kanu has gone to the Supreme Court. At the Supreme Court, he filed an appeal asking the Supreme Court, to stop the judgment for now. That's the Appeal Court judgment. Now some will ask, why did he appeal? That is what I'm about to tell you. Kanu's main reason is that he believes that the law used against him is no longer valid. He says the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2013, which the government is using, has been repealed. Okay, let me use more simple words. The law has been cancelled and replaced by a new one, the law at which he's been tried. So, according to his lawyers, if the law has been repealed, cancelled, then the charges built on that law are no longer legal. So there's no basis for them to continue to try him. That is what he's trying to say. He also says the court trying him has no jurisdiction, meaning it does not have the legal power to continue the case. That is what he's trying to say. But what does the government say? So the federal government disagrees. They say the law is still active and that Kanu must face judgment for actions that caused fear, violence, and division. That is what they are saying. Remember, I said I will do this video in a very teachable way for you to understand. Even if it's today that you are following the case first, you will understand. So the Nigerian government is also arguing that even if the law changed, that the offense still happened before it was changed. According to them, okay, even if the law has changed, he has committed offense before it was changed. So the trial can continue according to them. So in short, Kanu, this law no longer exists. That is from Kanu. But the government says it still applies. It still applies. So that is the argument. So the disagreement now is what the Supreme Court must look into, because there's a plan to hand him judgment on the 20th of November, this 2025. Now he has gone to Supreme Court. What will they look into? Now, let's talk about the role of the Supreme Court. In Nigeria, the Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. It is like the final teacher in a school. when it speaks, no other court can overrule it. It is the final. So, by going to the Supreme Court, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, let the highest judges decide if this case should even continue before any judgment is given. So it's like a preemptive strike. So, depending on what the Supreme Court rules, we don't know. So by going to the Supreme Court, he's saying, let the judge decide if the case should even continue before any judgment is given. Now, this is what we call a constitutional question, because it concerns whether the law and the trial are valid under Nigerian Constitution. Now, let's go back to why we gave our title Countdown to. Now, the 20 November countdown. The lower courts, led by Justice James Omotosho, has warned that if Kanu does not defend himself, judgment will still go on. That is what he said. That is why the Supreme Court appeal is urgent. That is why Kanu has rushed. If it is not decided before November 20, the Federal High Court might go ahead and rule and pronounce their judgment. So that could cause confusion, especially if the Supreme Court letter says the trial was wrong. So it has to go on time. So this countdown to November is not just about one man. It's about whether the process is fair or whether it is legal and constitutional. Now, here is why the case matters for everyone. Listen carefully. Here is why it matters. This case teaches us some deep lessons about Nigeria as a country. Let's look at a few of them. Lesson A, the rule of law means government must obey the law, the same law as the citizens. If a law is repealed, if a law is cancelled, it should not be used again. Lesson B, every person, whether rich or poor, whether the person is loved or hated, whether you don't like his face, he deserves a fair trial. Now, lesson C, when a court handles political or ethnic cases, they must be careful, because justice is not only about the verdict. It is also about public trust. Now, let's look at this from a Southeast perspective. In the Southeast, many people see Nnamdi Kanu as a voice of their pain. A lot of people resonate with him. They believe his trial is political. Meanwhile, some say that his methods, like radio speeches that called for resistance, brought more problems to the region. Not everybody will agree, and not everybody will disagree. So, while some call him a freedom fighter, others call him a troublemaker. Yes, even from the same Southeast region. Even though he commands a huge following. But whether you love him or not, his case shows how divided Nigeria still is and how much dialogue we need as a people. Now, we are going to round up soon. Here are the legal choices before the court. What the court might, the way the ruling might go. The Supreme Court now faces three major questions. Now we're talking about Supreme Court. One, the question for the Supreme Court. One, was charged under a repealed law? They are the ones that will decide. Was Kanu charged under a law that has been cancelled? Two, does the High Court have the power to keep trying him, still on that, Does the High Court, headed now, High Court, that is the court currently trying him, do they have the power to continue? Now, number three, if not, what happens to the November 20 judgment? What happens? The answer to this question will affect, it is not just Kanu, but many cases where old or cancelled law were used in Nigeria. It will affect that. Now, what can we learn from this while we round up? From this case, we can learn that knowing the law helps people defend their rights. When you know the law, you can defend your rights. No case is too political for the truth. No case is too political for the truth. Now, the third one, courts must protect the innocent and punish only with fairness. You can't just go, This is what the court says. Brutally, court have to punish with fairness. Now, peace comes when justice is done the right way. When citizens understand their legal rights, they are less afraid and more responsible in demanding justice. Now, before we go, I would like to ask our viewers certain questions. These are like discussion questions for our viewers. Now, here are some questions for us to think about. 1, should Kanu's trial stop until Supreme Court decides? Viewers, these are questions for you. 2, is it fair to try someone with a law that has been cancelled, a repealed law? 3, how can justice be fair when politics is involved? How can justice be fair when politics is involved? You can drop your answers and thoughts on the comment section. Let's reason together as one people. Now let's review. Nnamdi Kanu was charged with terrorism. These are, looking at the matter from the point he started. He was charged with terrorism. His lawyers say the law used is repealed, has been cancelled. The government says the case is still valid. Now the Supreme Court will now decide before November 20th judgment. The outcome will shape Nigeria's justice system and the Southeast political climate. There will be reactions, definitely. And that is why we say this is Kanu's final battle for justice. In rounding up, my brothers and sisters, this story is not just about Biafra or Abuja. It is about every Nigerian who believes in truth, law, and fairness. As we count down to November 20, let us follow this case with wisdom, not anger, and with hope, not fear, because a fair Nigeria is possible when justice speaks louder than politics. Thank you for watching Igbo Area TV, the voice of the people. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more educative and balanced discussion.